TV7 Israel News is made possible thanks to your generous donations.
Shalom and good evening. I am Ayan Hassan, and this is TV7 Israel News broadcast to you from Jerusalem. Terror attack in the United States claims the lives of 2 Israeli diplomats. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu asserts that Israel is willing to end the war if Hamas accepts Jerusalem's terms. Iran's proxy, Ansar-Allah, which is dominated by the Houthi tribe in Yemen, has launched 2 additional ballistic missiles at Israel. A deadly terror attack struck the heart of Washington, D.C. last night, when a gunman approached 2 Israeli diplomats exiting the city's Jewish museum and opened fire, killing both. The assailant then attempted to enter the museum, where a private event hosted by the American Jewish Committee was underway. Quick action by the security personnel prevented further tragedy, as they overpowered the terrorist before he could breach the building.
The suspect chanted, "Free, free Palestine," while in custody. The suspect has been tentatively identified as 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez of Chicago, Illinois.
Following the attack, Israeli ambassador to the United States, Yechiel Leitel, revealed that the victims were on the verge of getting engaged.
The couple that was gunned down tonight in the name of Free Palestine is a young couple about to be engaged. The young man purchased a ring this week with the intention of proposing to his girlfriend next week in Jerusalem. They were a beautiful couple who came to enjoy an evening in Washington's Cultural Center. I will say this: we are a resilient people. The people of Israel are resilient people, and the people of the United States of America are resilient people. Together we won't be afraid, together we'll stand, and we're going to overcome moral depravity of people who think that they're going to achieve political gains through murder.
Ambassador Leitel went on to note that U.S. President Donald Trump had spoken to him, pledging that his administration remains committed to combating anti-Semitism and hatred towards Israel. Earlier in Jerusalem, prior to the terror attack in Washington, D.C., Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu delivered a lengthy address, reiterating Israel's determination to achieve victory in the face of the murderous Islamist Hamas terror organization.
The
war of redemption has claimed a heavy price from us, but it also has an incomparably clear and just purpose: to defeat Hamas, which perpetrated the atrocities of October 7th, return all of our hostages, and make certain that Gaza never again constitutes a threat to Israel. These objectives are integrated, and we are committed to fully achieving them. While we have already achieved much together, the work is not yet finished. We have a very organized plan. We started in Gaza. We have eliminated tens of thousands of terrorists. We eliminated the arch-murderers, Deif, Yahya Sinwar, and apparently Mohammed Sinwar as well. We have destroyed countless terrorist infrastructures. Whoever attacked us with such horrifying brutality today understands the magnitude of the destruction he has brought on himself.
The Israeli premier went on to express deep gratitude to the IDF forces engaged in ongoing conflict and praised their efforts to secure the release of Israeli hostages.
Thanks to the heroism of our fighters and thanks to the rational decisions that we made, we have, so far, returned 197 hostages, including 148 alive. There are, for a certainty, 20 living hostages left and up to 38 deceased. We will return them all.
Netanyahu emphasized that Operation Gideon's Chariot will gradually intensify across the Gaza Strip. However, he stressed that Jerusalem remains open to a negotiated agreement for the release of all hostages.
If there is an opportunity for a temporary ceasefire to return additional hostages, I would like to emphasize we are ready for a temporary ceasefire.
The Israeli leader went on to address the joint American-Israeli plan to distribute humanitarian aid across the Gaza Strip in a manner that ensures it does not fall into Hamas' hands.
In order to deny Hamas the ability of taking control of the humanitarian assistance, we, together with the U.S., have developed a different framework for the allocation of basic food to the civilians and the children, which will not reach Hamas. This is divided into 3 stages. Stage A, the bringing in of basic food now to Gaza, in order to prevent a humanitarian crisis and in order to allow the fighting to continue. Stage B, this will happen in the coming days, the opening of food distribution points by American companies, and which will be secured by the IDF. Stage C, while taking control of areas in the Gaza Strip, the creation of a sterile zone in the southern strip to which the civilian population will be evacuated from the combat areas, for the purpose of defending it. In this zone, which will be Hamas-free, the residents of Gaza will receive full humanitarian assistance.
Netanyahu further affirmed that Israel is willing to end the war as soon as tomorrow, provided Hamas accepts Israel's non-negotiable core demands.
I
have news for you. I am ready to end the war. According to clear conditions that will ensure the security of Israel, all of the hostages will return home. Hamas will lay down its weapons, leave power, its leadership, whoever is left, will be exiled from the Strip, Gaza will be completely demilitarized, and we will carry out the Trump plan, which is so correct and so revolutionary, and it says something simple: the residents of Gaza who wish to leave will be able to leave. Whoever calls on us to stop the fighting before these objectives are achieved is, in effect, calling for Hamas to stay in power. What does this mean? This means that all of our achievements and all of the sacrifice of our heroic soldiers will have been for naught. Hamas will rebuild, resume its missile production, dig more terrorist tunnels, and reposition itself with armed terrorists a short distance from the communities of the Negev. We will receive more abductions, more murders, more rapes, and more burning of infants. I will not accept this.
Since, however, it has been reported that Israel has ordered the return of its entire negotiating team from Qatar over a deadlock in hostage ceasefire talks. In his address, Netanyahu also warned of escalating threats from Iran. He noted that Israel would support an American-led nuclear agreement with Tehran, but only if it prohibits uranium enrichment by the Islamic Republic.
Iran is still a very serious threat to Israel. We are, of course, fully coordinating with the U.S. We speak to them all the time, and we hope that they will achieve an agreement that will prevent Iran from attaining nuclear weapons, meaning that it will deny Iran the ability to enrich uranium. If this is achieved, we would, of course, certainly welcome it. But in any case, the State of Israel reserves to itself the right to defend itself from a regime that threatens to destroy it.
It is important to note that Prime Minister Netanyahu's remarks came amid reports suggesting Israel is preparing for a potential large-scale military operation targeting Iran's nuclear facilities, and possibly more. In response to the reported intelligence suggesting an imminent Israeli strike, Brigadier General Ali Mohammed Naini, spokesman for Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, stated that Israel's attempt to intimidate Iran with the prospects of war are delusional. He went on to claim that the IRGC is now stronger than in previous years in all aspects, warning that any Israeli attack would be met with a crushing and devastating response. He concluded by saying, quote, "Today, the entire existence of the Zionist regime is under watch of the Islamic Republic's fighters. The illegitimate Israeli regime is backed by a declining America and weakening Western governments. Until Israel is wiped out, there will be no lasting peace in the region or the world." Meanwhile, in Yemen, the Iranian proxy Ansar-Allah, which is dominated by the Houthi tribe, continues to launch indiscriminate ballistic missiles towards Israel's civilian communities. Thankfully, Israel's multi-layer air and missile defense systems successfully intercepted the incoming projectiles by means of the Arrow 3 interceptor, causing no injuries or material damage. These attacks mark a continued pattern of aggression by Iran's regional proxies aimed at destabilizing the region and threatening Israeli civilians. Thank you for watching TV7 Israel News. I would like to take this moment to urge you to pray for the 58 hostages who have endured 593 days in Hamas captivity. Please also pray for the IDF soldiers operating in the Gaza Strip and for the peace of Jerusalem. Separately, if you've been blessed by TV7 Israel, which is exclusively funded by our viewers, please consider supporting our productions with a donation. You can do so at our website at www.tv7israelnews.com. I am Mayan Hassan, wishing you an Erev Mevorach, and we will see you during our next update. Until then, Shalom from Jerusalem.